For this battery park illustration, I used the flat brush mostly, the Nico rule, and the blur airbrush. But what's most important about this is that I used photo reference for the composition. This is one of the only ones where I needed to use the photo reference to compose everything to the sizes that I wanted. You see, here the Statue of Liberty is larger. I've got this tree in the foreground. This mid-sized guy is in the foreground on a bench. There's the boat, the right sizes, you know. Everything is like kind of a medium size for the most part, except for the overlaid tree and the foliage in the foreground. But I wanted something with everything sized properly because originally, well, the Statue of Liberty was too far away and it was a different angle. So that's the beauty of Procreate. You can copy, you could trace. Now I use this only as a compositional guide in resizing the photos, and then from here I improvise and observe. So I look at the picture from here. I just needed everything like sized to a certain point, and I don't go back to that photo reference. I used it only for sizing. Here I add the water and all that. There may be some like opacities that I play around with, and I use about 2 layers, maybe 3, but most everything is all on the same layer. And when you see like the Statue of Liberty illustrated there, I do zoom in on that, so feel free to zoom in. That's the beauty of it. You pinch and zoom, and you get a close-up view of the detail that you're working on. Composition-wise, you see I've included like a speedboat, the buoy that I'm working on there, the lamppost, the sailboats, the big cargo ship, the person looking off the ship, which these are, a photo reference. I mean, she moved, but I used that location of her in this drawing. And in terms of time that I had to work pretty fast like I usually do in most of these pictures. In one way, that's the beauty of it, because if you were working with traditional paints, it could take quite a long time. But I naturally work quick, even with traditional paints. But with these digital paints, I did this maybe 40 minutes at the most that I had, and that's a long stint. So most of the pictures are around anywhere between 20 to 45 minutes, never longer. It's maybe an hour once or twice, but rarely. Most of these are quick. So yeah, so I have to work quickly to capture everything. And now here I'm moving towards the foliage. Again, I keep certain things in mind, like highlights I leave to the end. And now like I'm blocking in things, and I'm conscious now that it's towards the end of that like 40-minute stint, and a lot of the time was taken up early on with the planning, with the composition. So now I'm very conscious that like whatever I put in the foreground has to be a little bit more detailed than everything else, because that ship, whatever detail you see on the ship, for example, has to look like it's a bit blurry, like everything is like less detailed than the foreground, because I want to give the impression of focus. So that's one thing. And then I switch back there for a second to just kind of gauge the detail. And that's all that there was time for. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a really fun one.